everybody. This is Lisa.
And Faith.
And you're listening to Vet on This or That podcast.
Yes, Vet on This or That podcast. It is a podcast which is basically how we like to call a potpourri of shit. Shit, and more shit. Good shit, bad shit, but never bullshit. And yeah, so today we got something good to talk about. And Lisa, what is we talking about?
We is talking about today. You can see how that went. Today is no new friends.
Ooh, no new friends.
No new friends. That's a song.
That is a song. No new friends. So what we talk about with no new friends, Lisa? What's the situation?
You know what?
Because I like my friends. I like my friends.
We're not gonna. I don't think it's really gonna be like no new friends. Like we don't want any new friends. I think it's gonna be more about how the older we get, how it is that we get fewer. We wind up with fewer friends, and that would be. I would think it would be, because the older we get, a lot of our friends, unfortunately, they'll pass away. So that's a way you could get less friends when you're older, because we're older. What do you say? We're women of a certain age.
Women of a certain age, yes.
So so when we say no new friends, we're not talking about we don't want any new friends. It's just saying that it's hard to get new friends when you're older. I think it's harder for you to make friends. And I think it would be because, one, that we're adults. We have our jobs. Most of us have kids. We have a collection of different responsibilities, actually, just different responsibilities. And we have less time available to go and make friends. We don't have a lot of time in our day to go make friends. And I think at every age, no matter how old you are, at every age, I think we are all in some way trying to figure out how to navigate friendships. Especially when you have multiple friendships. We're still trying to navigate, the friendship. But one of the things I would love, for us to try to figure out during this episode is, how do you make friends when you don't when you don't have any?
Ooh. So you talk about you're like 50, 60 years old and you ain't got no friends at all?
Like you don't have any friends. I think one reason why that would be, though, would be we don't prioritize new people.
Okay.
It could be if we knew how to can reconnect with old people, that older people, like not when I say not of age, like people we've known in the past that maybe we were friends with, and then we just haven't spoken to them in 20, 30 years. If you could reconnect with them, that would probably help you have some friends. Or I don't know, go volunteer somewhere and meet some people. I don't know, like how do you make friends, Faith, if you don't have any? Like how? Not as a child, because children will make friends easily. I'm talking about like us in our 50s. Like if you were not, like if we had no friends, if you had no friends, like how would you maneuver around it? As if you wanted friends, like this is only for people that don't have friends and they actually want some. Like what would you do? How would you go about doing that?
Well, I would tell you this. So when I'm out, I had to think about it. I needed a second. When I'm out, right? When I go to like events or something like that, or parties, house parties, or whatever. I'm not in the friend making business. If that makes sense. I'm not going out there purposely to, I want to meet new people, but not. And we talked about this with Friends in Cages. We talked about this in our one of the episodes, Friends in Cages. And I don't think I am like all for, having a whole new bunch of people in my life.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, how do you introduce, like, how do you meld the two worlds together? Like I have you all, like, right? You, Amber, Diana, and myself, right? And then I would have, like, of course I have my girlfriends who are in the sorority and everything like that I'm in. And then I have friends that I may have gone to school with,
Right.
and
But
but how do you meld them? Then I have my cousins. How do you
right,
meld all those personalities
but
together?
we
That's
don't.
too many people.
Yeah, but what we're talking about, what I'm asking is though,
The new friends, like new
what if you
friends.
yeah, what if you don't have those people in your life? What if you don't have
Oh,
any friends? Like how do you like because most of us, when we do have friends, you've met them say in college, in school or whatever, in your neighborhood at work, or through your children. Like your friends, parents might become your friends. But if you don't have any friends, there's people that honestly that they don't have any friends. Like they
well,
stay aside. Like if you don't have any friends and you want some friends, how do you go about making friends? Like at a certain age, how do you do that?
well, would they be friends or associates at this point? Because if you
Well,
don't have any
no,
friends,
no, no,
like
no. You're
I
looking
know
for
people,
friends.
yeah.
You're looking to have friends. Say you're
Uh,
50 years old and you don't have
I don't
any.
know how to answer that because I'm not I have friends. I can't say that I don't have friends. I have
Right.
friends. Like and I guess my friends are in categories, different
They
categories.
are.
But if I were to go out to make new friends or something like that, I think it just has to be organic.
It
I
has to
think
be
it
because
just has
I
to be
don't
very
think
organic because I can't just go up to you and be like, Lisa, you're going to be my
be my
friend.
friend.
No.
I don't think that when we're adults, because kids will go with a specific agenda, like that's going to be my friend. I'm going to make them my friend. But when you become an adult, like especially our age or even 40, 50 years old, but I know specifically for us, I don't when I go to events and travel and all that, I go with no intentions on making friends or even I just go to have a good time. Now, if
Same.
I meet someone and we click, they become an associate. But if if after a while we still in contact and then we decide we want to hang out again and that would be organically becoming a friend. Not going out. Me personally, if I was my age right now and I did not have any friends, and I'm talking about because your cousins are your friends regardless. But I'm saying, like, say you an only child, you don't have any of that stuff. I personally would just be a hermit because I would not go out to look for friends. I just wouldn't. I'm not that person. Like even now, like when I go to events, I'm around a lot of people, but I'm an observer. Like I go
Same.
and I sit back and I watch. I don't have any intentions. When I used to work, I would always say, and I worked for New York City Transit at one point in my life, and it was a lot of us working. Shout out to East New York
East
Depot.
New York.
I went to work to get a paycheck, and that's the gone. I've never went there to make any friends. I did have three good girlfriends that worked there, but that was extra perk of me working at that depot.
Yeah.
But I never participated in any of the functions they had there. I never went to anything. Like they already knew my coworkers, like 800 or something of us bus operators, and they would always say, you know what, don't ask Crutch to buy anything because she's not like, my kids were younger then. Like I had 4 kids in school. I would never bring my kids little candy sheets that you sell the candy on up there to sell any candy to anybody on my job because I didn't want to be obligated to buy anything from anybody else's kids. And
wow.
and I just didn't. My job, and this is one thing, this is what I love about the United States Army. My jobs that I had, I was a CEO, I worked for New York City Transit. I worked these jobs with no intentions on having any friends, no intentions on making friends there. I just didn't. I went there to get a paycheck. I didn't want anybody in my business. I worked and I came home.
So you came to the military, you wasn't
with the
trying to, you
military,
came to my unit, you wasn't even trying to be my
yes,
friend.
when I came to the military, I wasn't trying. That was my second job too. It was a part-time job, so I came there to do my job and go home. But because of the environment that the army puts you in, you're forced to not only get along with these people and like you got to trust them with your life. And that by itself causes you to love these people and be a family and be friends with them. You have to, because not only do you have to trust them with your life, they have to trust you with theirs. And so that was different for me. That was a different thing.
That was different. Yes.
Honestly, if I was the age that I am right now and I had no friends, I probably would leave here with no friends. Because I don't trust, I always say, I don't trust people. I don't trust everybody. I don't trust everybody. And it's not a matter of trusting everybody, honestly, because that's something that you give to them. You give people trust.
Yeah.
And so I choose not to give everybody my trust. Like I trust you until you give me a reason not to trust you. And I don't think at this age I have the energy, the initiative, or the want to look for any new possibilities of anybody being friends. Do I have enough time left in my life to even, cultivate a new friendship? Like, do I have, because, me and you could be cool today. We met yesterday, we cool today, and next week we could be cool, but that don't make you my friend.
That's true. That's true. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to be somebody's friend.
Yeah, you have to go through a lot. And like you said before, like my friends, they're in categories. They're in different groups. Like I can tell Faith something I can't tell this person. And Faith is a part of the friend group over here, but these friends over here, I would never introduce Faith to them because they just out of pocket, but they my friends. You understand? You know how you have those friends that like, that's one of my friends that I got to tell them before we go into the party, listen, make sure you be on your best behavior.
What your parents used to tell you, listen,
when you get there,
you're coming around my friends, you be on your best behavior. Lord.
So, I don't know if I know that I'm capable of making new friends. I don't know if I'm in the right headspace. Like, I don't know if I was, do I have room here and here to make new friends? Do I have room for that? Because again, friendship, that's something that, just like any other relationship, that's a give and take, and you gotta work at that. You gotta maintain friendship. Do I have space here and here to do that? And do I want to? Because like I have a whole lot of people that I consider my friends, but a lot of my friends, they're friends, but they're family. These are people like Faith. No, I can call Faith for anything and everything. So, you see her as my friend, but she's my sister. Like I trust her with my life. I trust her with everything.
Same here. Absolutely.
I can call her. So, she's in a category, you could say she's a friend, but she's my sister. So that's my family. So then you have these other friends.
They're just friends.
That's just friends.
And there's a limit. There's a limit. There's like
certain people.
There's a boundary.
Yeah. Like if I go on vacation with them, I can't bring these friends with me. These friends already don't like these friends because they think these friends take up too much of my time. And they just don't. I didn't like her attitude when I first met her. So I can't put them friends together.
Well, see, now that changes the dynamic of what we're talking about now, because we're talking about like not making friends, but at the same time we're talking about your friends making friends. Like your friends making friends with your friends. So that's a no new friends category right there.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about, again, I said we have our friends in different categories. So if I have my old school friends, my hood friends, I don't want to say hood friends, but friends from the old neighborhood.
Friends from the neighborhood.
From the neighborhood that, we still chit chat for here and there, whatever. When we get together, we have a good time. And then I have my work friends, the folks that I'm at work with that, that I know I can hang out with outside of my job or whatever the case may be. I can't meld those two categories together, because now the catalyst again is me, right? Yeah. The person in the middle is me. So now I need to act one way with this set of friends, and then I have to act another way with another set of friends. But each party, they're looking at me like, oh, you're not the person that I remember hanging out with, or you're not the person that comes to the job. Of course, I'm two different people. When my neighborhood friends knew me, they knew me to be, to be one way, and I may joke around that way or whatever the case may be. But because I have evolved into a new person, into another person.
Absolutely.
So, that doesn't mean that the hood is out of me, or that girl is gone or whatever. She's just tamed. She's a more,
Exactly.
she's a more subdued type person. So the challenge. The challenge is not making new friends. The challenge is the friends that you already have making friends with each other, because of course they're not going to be the same. They're not going to be the same people that that they would connect with. And I always like having in my mind, once upon a time, I used to love the fact that, I always wanted my old friends and my new friends, or my friends in each categories, to get together and, um, have fun. And of course, me being the not center of attention, but center of the nucleus, the
common
common denominator.
denominator.
Yeah. But I had to learn a long time ago, and the hard way, that is not the case. Sometimes
No,
you just have to keep them separate.
you have to.
And but at the same time, they need to respect who
Right.
you are in each of the categories that you're in. I am not just made up of
Sugar and
military.
spice and
Okay.
everything nice.
Well, I am, but it's not the only thing I'm made of. Hey. I'm also made of good and hood. And but the thing is, they have to respect who you are.
Yes.
Like I was saying, I'm just not made up of military, boom, 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 boom. And I'm also made up of the African side of me. I'm
Right.
also made up of the American side of me. I'm
Mm-hmm.
also made up of, assistant director of. I'm made up
Mm-hmm.
of so many different
Yeah.
categories, and each part of my life, those people that are in each part of my life need to respect me for who I am when I am in
Exactly.
my element, when I'm in those various
Yes.
elements. They can't come up in my job and say, "Oh, we're
Yo,
party
yo,
over here,
yo.
girl. What? We
Exactly.
about to turn up." No, no, Heifer, that's my
See,
job. We
it's
can't turn
easier, right?
up.
It's easier for, I think, when you're young, when you're a little kid, like you can
Mm-hmm.
have friends here, your cousins there, and
Mm-hmm.
daycare, whatever, and you can mesh all of them, and they have the best time because they're kids. So
Yeah.
the world is just what it is, they carefree, like
Very.
they just want to slide down and slide more, like that. That's it. But when you're older, like I said, you have these different categories of friends. Some people think that, and it might be true. It's not true for me, but for some people, it might be true that, um, the less friends you have or the smaller your circle,
Mm.
like all this other stuff goes. But it's not even about, I know a lot of people and a lot of people know me,
Mm-hmm.
but I have a lot of people that I do call friend.
Mm-hmm.
But they're in different circles, like Faith
Yeah.
said, different categories. So you might see me over here with those people, and you might see me with those. But again, when you get the military of us together,
Mm-hmm.
those people are family slash friend, and
Absolutely.
a whole lot of us.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no way I would allow anyone to say to me, there's no way you have 200 friends. Oh, yeah, there is.
Yeah.
And I consider them my friend. Like I have people that I know will take a bullet for me.
Mm.
I know that for a fact. I wouldn't second guess
Absolutely.
it. I know that for a fact. And those are my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could call them family, but those are my friends. So it's difficult when you have people saying, I don't know exactly what that saying is. I should look it up on my phone, but it's something about, you're supposed to have this small circle of friends because if you have a lot of people, something about you. I need to look it up and find it, but it's not a
Mm-hmm.
positive thing having a lot of friends, which, like I said, for me, that's the total opposite. I have a lot of friends, but they're in different small categories. They're different
Yeah.
categories. And hopefully, I'm that friend that can hold a position in
Mm.
all of certain categories. So Faith has these categories also. Hopefully all of y'all do. Maybe she has 8 different categories of friends. I hope that I am that friend that can hold a position in all of those categories. So you could take me to a black tie event.
Oh, absolutely.
You could take me to the beach. You could take me to Usher concert.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? You could take me to your cousin that lived down in the boonies barbecue. You know, and I can fit in with all those things. I'm not that, because I have friends, and I say friends, I emphasize friends, that I don't want them Negroes sitting next to me in church when they're praying. I have friends that if something about to pop off, I want certain friends to be there. And then I have friends that if something about to pop off, I don't want this Negro here because they ain't gonna do nothing. They might
fight or flight, more flight than fight.
They be going like the wind. But those are my friends. Like, I know who is who. I know who I need to quiet at certain things. I know if I'm going to a black tie event, I'm like, nope, I'm not taking that person. Nah, not taking it. Because no matter what, they always gonna be in there. Loud and it's not that it's wrong. It's just not appropriate for that event. I love them just the same. But so no new friends for me. I guess no new friends for me actually would be, I don't want any more new friends, or not that I don't want. Let me rephrase that. No new friends for me would be, I'm not looking for new friends. But
absolutely.
If it happens, I welcome it. Like, I'm not against it. I'm just not looking for, because again, it's a lot of maintenance when it comes to relationships. And do I have enough time? Do I have enough patience? Do I have enough
to cultivate to grow that friendship?
A new relationship. And how many people in your 50s, in your 40s or 50s, how many guys, how many of you guys are actually out here, looking to make new friends? How many? Like, let us know. How many people?
Yeah, you know what? And that's a good question. Yeah, how many people out there looking to make new friends? And I forgot what I want to say, but it's not so much. Okay, we talked about the cultivating of the friends and everything like that. And I think the hardest part is that you can't stop a friendship from happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just some people who actually just come into into your world, and they're that
it's
person,
organic.
right? Yeah, it's organic, and they're that person that literally fits in every category of your life. Like, and you can take them around. You know what? I'm going to bring up Stacy. Stacy is that person. Stacy is that person. Hey, Stacy, I love you, girl.
Yes.
Let me tell you. And I call her, and I don't want her to take this as an offense. I call her the fifth wheel. Okay. And that's in no way a bad thing.
I think she calls herself that too. So,
and that's fine. She is the fifth wheel. If anybody who drives a truck knows what the fifth wheel is, that fifth wheel is the wheel that's in the back of the truck that latches the trailer to the bobtail. Okay. For all you military folks.
Yeah, y'all know what a bobtail is if you were in the military.
Yes, the bobtail is the actual vehicle itself. It's the truck, the front of the truck itself. The cab, yeah, if you want to call it that. But the fifth wheel is the actual wheel that's on the back that latches the trailer to the cab. And the maintenance of that fifth wheel is highly important, okay? Because if there's anything wrong with that fifth wheel, you could lose your trailer, you could lose your supply, and your truck is no good to anybody, right?
Right.
So I call Stacy the fifth wheel because she's not the glue that holds everything together, right? She is the thing that brings everything with us. Like, she's the final component. Like, she's that final component that makes everything. Yes.
She just fits in so well. And she is that person that you can bring. wherever.
Yes, she brings the stuff.
Yes, she knows when to say something, when to fall back.
Yes.
She's it. She's that person that
Yes.
You can count on for whatever it is. And listen,
absolutely,
Stacey's
absolutely.
not been in the military with us, and she's my friend, and I introduced her to this other group of friends, which was Amber, Faith, Diana, and she went on a few events with us when it was just a girl trip, and fit right in. Unless she told you or we told you, you would have just thought that she knew everybody.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I love Stacey. Yeah. I think Stacey is amazing.
Shout out to my girl Stacey.
Amazing. Shout out to Stacey.
She gonna love this boy because I ain't throwing her under the bus.
Oh my God. She about to have an ego on her. She gonna be walking into the room talking about, hello, I am the fifth wheel. But
she got a t-shirt that says I am
Stacey. Yeah, I am Stacey, the fifth wheel. And you know, some people think that, you know, some people use the phrase, you know, being the third wheel or whatever as a bad thing. But exactly. But you don't, it's not necessarily bad. Look, tricycles have three wheels. Hello. Yes, triangles are part of three. That yeah, thank you. And triangles are have three sides. And I think they said triangles are the strongest structures or something like that. I don't know. Wow. Mathematicians, you come back to me and you let me know. But or archaeologists, come back and no, architects. I'm sorry. Oh Lord, there goes that. Yeah, I didn't pay for that part of my master's. But
I probably got that part of with my associates. Don't worry about it.
That's okay. Architects, come back and let me know. But yeah, I mean, and again, I love the fact that she's there because you know what? On top of everything else, with Stacey being that person, even though she wasn't in the military, she fits right in. She brings the normalcy. Okay, she brings the civilian side of life because we are so gung-ho veteran women and we talk Army and we live Army and we move Army, and then here comes Stacey who just brings the, hey, remember, hi, you living in the civilian world too. Come back. And she mellows everything out, and I love it. I love
Remember the Titanic?
Yes.
Jack, come back. When he was flipping,
he's not that bad. He's not that bad. And you know what? Sidebar on the Titanic, Rose, there wasn't enough room on that door for the both of y'all, for real.
No, both of them could have got on that. That was selfish of her.
That's what I'm saying. Half of y'all, half could have been in the water. Half could have been inside on top of the thing, or y'all switch up from time to time.
Right. Well, I think he was supposed to have been such a gentleman that he didn't want her to be in the icy water. I would have been like, listen, we're gonna take turns. Both of us gonna be up here, and
for real,
we're gonna take turns.
That's when relationships weren't trying to be 50-50. Like, you know,
could have held Jack and Rose. I don't know why.
Exactly.
I don't know why she wasn't so gung-ho making him get up there, because he listened to her. He got up there like, come on. But
truth be told, he could have been like, bitch, get off that door. Let me get some of this.
I can't feel my feet.
This water cold. Golly. Shoot. Yeah, I went through all this stuff for you, and then your ass gonna let me just float inside the water. Now I'm floating down to the abyss.
He was a frozen popsicle when his hand left hers, and all she was doing was she ain't trying to jump in there and pull him back. She's Jack, come back.
Jack was already dead. His heartbeat was down to like 0. No, like 5 beats a minute.
She was a selfish little somebody, because she didn't even try to. She supposedly loved him so much, but she didn't go in there to try to get him.
Then you got the nerve. You got the nerve to have this little blue diamond, and you gonna toss it back inside the water.
Toss it back.
I don't care. I don't know if it was a true story or not, but if it was,
I don't think it was.
If it was, opinion. Look, how'd that go? Bombastic side eye. That's what I'm giving you.
Ain't no way in the world you had that. And you know what I didn't. I don't know why it bothered me. But in that movie, when she went to go, the old lady, the old Rose, went to go toss the gem over the
over the boat. Yeah.
Yeah. Why did she have to go? Like it was that heavy, or I don't get what that was for, but it pissed me off. And I knew she wasn't gonna jump in it after it if she changed her mind, because she wouldn't even jump in the water to get Jack. But what was the purpose of throwing it back down there?
Yeah, like I said, a bombastic side eye.
Mm.
It was that heavy? No. What was heavy was
She couldn't be my
the
friend.
guilt. Nah,
But
it was the guilt that was
maybe that's
heavy.
why she threw it back, from the guilt of not letting him get on the door with her, and they could have cashed that in, and shoot, they could have lived their life. Shoot. I don't know.
I'm still giving Rose. You got the side eye from me the whole time. If I would ever watch that 5 hours of that Titanic movie again, which I will not do, if I would to sit there and watch, I don't know how long it was. It took up a good chunk of my life. Okay, but if I would to sit and watch that movie again all day, she would get the side eye from bombastic side eye all day. Huh? Look at that heifer. Right. Yeah, she just laying there naked, getting her picture drone. Drone.
She knew exactly drone. She knew exactly what she was doing. She played with my boy Jack, and he was just
poor Jack. Oh my goodness. Sidebar.
Another one.
No, I'm saying I'm just stuck on the sidebar. But anyway, talking about friends, how many of us have them? Let's be friends. One that can depend on. Let's be friends. This is for entertainment purpose.
Let's be friends.
This is for entertainment purposes
only. That was Houdini,
only.
Right? Houdini? Yeah, Houdini.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, I think
charges. Yeah, I was gonna say charges to the head, not the heart. Houdini. Yeah. Yeah. But again, new friends. So yeah, she is my newest friend. Stacey is my newest friend. And yeah, I enjoy having her. Yeah, she is my newest friend. And I enjoy having her in our circle. And I think it's a wonderful thing. But those are just one-offs. you know. And there are people who like, are blind spots as friends.
Wow.
Yeah, think about it. Yeah, those people there are just blind spots as friends, because they are yes men to you, right? Yes men in your face. I'm sorry, they're yes men in your face, but they have ulterior motives, because sometimes they want that friendship from you, but they sometimes have a ulterior motive behind it, and so much so that they might want to stab you in the back, or try to take what you gained for themselves. So yeah, you want to be careful with, we talked about this with circles and cages. So like, even the new friends, you want to side eye them a little bit. Not all new friends. I'm sorry, Stacey, never you, Stacey, never. I'm talking about folks who are trying to like really force their way into your circle. Those are folks you want to like really,
the people that see you I guess as a come up, like, so they want to be, because they see how you're moving and the people that you're around, and then they figure that they can gain something.
They can gain something from it as well,
and it's not genuine, and
it's not.
And that's another thing when it comes to no new friends. It's hard to vet, especially when people like us, that we have a lot of stuff going on, and we already have a lot of people in our lives. It's hard to vet new people. And at some point, I guess you don't really want to have to do that, but you might have to. But it's still hard to get a true answer, or anything concrete, because how do you really vet?
How?
And then the thing is, in my mind, the way I think, I would probably be like, why do I have to vet this person before they become my friend? Like, it's not, because when I say friend, I'm not talking about somebody I'm dating, because I'm definitely gonna vet somebody that I'm dating. I'm gonna definitely recon the area prior to. But when it comes to just a regular, genuine friendship, I don't think I would want to have to do background checks and things like that. Because that takes away from the genuine friendship, and I don't want to have to do that. I don't want to have to go through your social media to find out that you've treated people that's supposedly been your friends, that you
Yeah.
treated them bad or backstabbed them because I'm the person that I am. Like with everything that I do, I give it 100%,
Mm-hmm.
and that's in relationships too. Um, and so I expect that in return, and
Mm.
when it's not reciprocated because of whatever the reason. Um, it's one thing to not do it and then we talk it out, but it's one thing to do it, we talk it out, and you continue to do it. So now I have to
Mm.
I don't want to say that. No, I'm not gonna say it. So what happens now is that I can't mess with you anymore. And
Basically.
and that right there is sad on for me because like I said, I give 100%. I always say this to Faith, and I say it to all my friends. So when it comes to my friends,
Mm-hmm.
I automatically put them up on a pedestal.
Mm.
And they don't even know that, they don't even realize they're there, which is not fair to them. But I put them up on this pedestal, and then when they start, acting funky, I knock them down a notch. Knock them down a notch. So it's not fair because they don't even realize that they're up there. But
Mm.
I expect, just like with any other relationship, I expect a whole lot from my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Because I give so much. So
Yeah.
I expect, I shouldn't say expect, that's not what I require, a
Require.
whole lot from them. And honestly, I can say that I've gotten that from my friends because
Yeah.
I found out in this life that you could be friends with somebody for years, for
Mm-hmm.
months, I don't know, decades. You could be
Mm-hmm.
friends with somebody, and then later on find out that you were their friend, but they
But they
weren't
were
yours.
never,
But
yeah.
they weren't yours,
You
and
know
that
what?
hurts.
You know what triggers me a little bit is uh and you can't even call them friends at this point. People who you have the intention of just wanting to be in a, like, let's say, a social group, or wanting to be in a community of people who have the same likes as
Uh-huh.
you, and they have a welcoming type demeanor, right? The group may have a welcoming demeanor, but there are always people in that group
Mm-hmm.
who don't want you as the new friend.
Wow.
Hmm.
Wow.
Funky as it may sound.
Wow.
I have been
Ugh.
victim. I've been victim of that type of situation. And not so much so that, I'm trying to go in to take over or anything
Right.
like that. I'm just like, it just so happened that maybe that I am friends with somebody in that particular group, right? And I had a common like or interest or whatever within that group or whatever the case may be, but they are so protective and they are so and I'm talking about not everybody, I'm just talking about certain individuals that are,
Right.
in that they are so protective of that particular group or whatever, that they would make you feel unwelcome so much so that you have to withdraw yourself
Wow.
from that type of setting or whatever. And unless they have vetted the people that they wanted in, of course they're only doing it because, okay, well, we know she's not pretty like us, or they're not as talented as we are,
Right.
or whatever the case may be. But they don't know the blessing blocked by, well, actually, you know what?
Uh-oh.
Let's not even say they don't know the blessing block. At this point, your loss, my gain. That's
Absolutely.
all I can say.
Absolutely.
Because now, how I see you now, as an individual outside of that group, how I see you as an individual, you may not be that person by yourself, but because you are with that group and you take on that type of demeanor, so that's how you want to fashion yourself in that group. But once you're outside of the group, you want to now then, talk to me as though we're friends or we've known each other for a long time or whatever the case may be. And now I'm just giving you, again, the side
eye. The side eye.
All you getting from me is the side eye. And I'll be nice, but trust and believe, I ain't looking at you any differently. Right. I'm just going to be like, all right, well, that's how, remember how you treated me.
Right.
So I'm not going to treat you in the same fashion. However, you are not welcomed in my space.
Right.
You're not. I will always be nice and say hi. I will give you a hug or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, you are not welcomed in my space. You have no rental property here.
You have
nothing here.
I've realized too that, and this is stuff that I'm talking about is coming from experience with people. And I've been in experiences with people who were friends, and they have this, and I'm talking about adults. I'm not talking about childhood. I'm talking about adults.
No, I'm not same here.
They have this tendency of believing that if you and I are friends, and I don't like that person, you aren't supposed to like them either. And first of all, we are not in high school, and secondly,
not in high school. We're not in the kindergarten playground.
Don't speak to the playground like that. My thing is this: people, don't ever allow someone else's experience with someone else be your experience.
Absolutely.
Go and make your own introductions if necessary, and speak to that person, and have a relationship if you choose to with this person, or don't have a relationship, but let it be because of your experience with them. Don't let it be from somebody else's experience.
Exactly.
Do not do that. I know for a fact, again, these are experiences that I've had. The circle that I was in, and one person in that circle, I guess, wanted to be, the center of attention. So what they would do is put everybody else in the circle against one another, and she would be the go-to person. So everybody would go to, and she was the one that was talking about everybody. And I realized that, yes, she was talking about everybody, but then she wanted everybody to come to her. And then you know what happened with that circle? It dismantled. And now that person is no longer in any circles, and I don't believe they have any friends. And now the circle that they were the purpose and cause of the dismantle, she's trying to befriend those people again. So
that's going to be hard. That's going to be hard because
I can tell you right now, I'm one of those people that she is trying to befriend, sort of, kind of, but not directly. She's trying to do it indirectly, and that's never going to work with me, because one thing about friends that I had, and I know, again, they are in categories, and once I find out that you are lying about me, just because it make you look better, or it make you feel good, or I don't know. Because listen, you could go and dress like me, make your house look like, I don't care. Years ago I would, but now I take that as the one up for me. Like, you obviously want to be me.
And there's people out there like that.
Once you start lying on me or about me, and then and you lying about me to people that you would think would never ever talk to me. And once I find out about that, there's nothing, is nothing, people, that you can do that would make me, what they say, spin the block. I would not, you and I will, I have enough friends in my life that I don't ever have to double dip. Would that be a good thing? Good. No, that I would have to.
You don't have to revert back. You don't have to. You don't move backward. No.
Now, I would never have to be friends with you after we were not friends. I would be friends with you again. Jesus Christ himself would have to sit on the foot of my bed and go, "Listen here, Lisa. He one of the good ones."
He would be the only one who had to vouch for you.
Take him back, and I would still give him some back talk. Like, I don't want to be. So
Oh,
no,
thank God for
that would
free
never
will.
happen. No new friends. So for that, in that aspect, like that would be a cause for me to no new friends. Like no new old
Yeah.
friends. I guess that would be no new old friends. No.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, once it's done, it's done. And on top of that, why are you trying to get back in my good graces? Why
Because
are you trying to put your
because you know that you messed up and you know that I was a genuine person. Like I said,
yeah, yeah. But you can't get that at that point. You can't get back in my good graces.
no, not at all.
There's no way. There's no amount of sorry,
Yeah,
that you can give
absolutely.
me that would make me want to have you back in my
Yes.
good graces. And another thing that kind of like how could I say, dust my doilies
What the
or
hell?
burns my toast.
Oh, birds.
I never liked that thing that just dusts my doilies and then just burns my toast. Sours my grapes.
I can't with those. Like I can't stand 10 toes down with those.
I never liked I never liked when somebody says, "Oh, that's just how they are, so I have to excuse it." No, 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 no. If I don't accept it in my life,
Right.
why should I excuse it and allow it to be in my life? That is not going to happen.
Ahead.
Oh, there
Look at
goes
the
that
thumbs
thumbs
up.
up.
I
Thank you.
agree.
Thank you, iPad. Appreciate you. I don't like that. I really don't like that. So because it's something that you're used to them doing and you have excused it for them. Okay. So now I should excuse that. No.
Like no.
No. You
I'm
are
gonna teach them how to treat me.
Exactly. You want me to enable something you're enabling. Absolutely not. I don't take kindly to folks who if we're at if not even at a distance, like if I'm like a couple of steps away from you and you're staring at my face, right? You're staring right at me and I'm looking at you and I wave and I say hi to you. Now your excuse would be like, "Oh, I didn't see you." But if you're like if you're a foot or two away from me and you're looking dead in my face and I know you're looking at me because when I move, you move just like that, right? And I'm saying hi. Yes, I did that. And I'm saying hi, and you're not saying hi back to me. What the hell are you looking at me for? You either going to say something or you turn your head. Don't do that. That's so rude.
That's
Don't.
rude.
That's absolutely rude. That's absolutely rude. Or if I try to get your attention and because I may have a question to ask you or something, whatever the case may be, and you like look past me or look around me or whatever. And God dog well, I'm talking right at you because I am about a step away from you and I called you by name. Right. You either deaf, dumb, or stupid that you don't realize that I'm talking to you.
And we talk about people that's our age. We already told you don't want to be. Yeah.
You don't want to be old. It's one thing to be stupid, but you gonna be old and stupid? No, change that shit up. I think that, and I told you that thing that my whole demeanor done changed. I told you that thing burns my toast. I do not like that. I do not like that.
Okay, so what we've learned from this, what Faith just saying, and I'm being real serious. What we've learned from this is what you don't want to do. I can't even be serious.
Don't burn my toast.
Don't burn my toast.
Don't burn my toast. Lord, I like dark toast. I don't like burnt toast. There's a difference.
Whatever you do, people, don't burn my toast.
Don't burn my toast. No, but I honestly do really do believe that's
toast. Let me write
what happened?
Burnt toast might be an episode. Burnt
toast. Burnt toast. There you go. That's a whole new episode to be brought up. But I honestly
new friends.
Yeah, no new friends. And honest to goodness, really do not like that. And it's not that I don't want to be cordial to people. I am always cordial to people. But if you give me reason to
Yes.
not talk to you,
Yes.
trust.
Yeah.
Trust.
Yeah.
I mean, how did they say Petty LaBelle?
Petty
Petty
LaBelle.
Crocker? Yes, all day.
I
Five times a day, twice
I
on
know
Sundays.
that's one of my mechanisms. And it's I guess it could be considered petty also, but it works for me. And that's all I'm concerned about, me not losing sleep over bullcrap. But once you get me, like, I'm not a talkative person if I don't know you. But if I know you, I can talk your ear off. But
Mm-hmm.
one thing about me is, once you get me to a place where I can't trust you anymore, or you've done something to me and I've said to you what it is and you don't acknowledge, or you minimize my feelings, the first thing that I will do is go silent. I won't speak. Listen, I'm not though. Years ago, I would have done it, but I'm not the type of person. I'm not blocking nobody. I'm not deleting you out my
No,
phone. I'm not deleting you off social media.
no.
I'm not doing anything. But one thing you will not get is conversation. I will not. I will go radio silent on you,
Mm,
because I've
mm.
learned in my years. I've learned that silence is golden, and silence speaks volumes.
Volumes, huge volumes, huge volumes.
I'm not trying to explain to anybody
Mm,
why I'm not talking to you anymore, because you already know what you did. And even if you didn't, figure
mm,
it out. Because like Faith said, you don't want to be old and stupid. I'm
mm.
not going to take my time. I'm not going to think about you. I'm not going to worry about you. I'm just going to go on with my life, but I'm not going to fool with you anymore. Because
Yeah,
again, I've told my kids this, and I say it a lot, I've lived more than half my life.
absolutely.
And the rest of my life is going to be the best of my life. And I'm not
Absolutely.
bringing in no foolishness. I don't want no bad energy around me. I don't want none of that nonsense, none of that extra stuff that's not
Mm,
going to add value to my life. If
absolutely.
you're coming towards me, if you see me, if you're not going to add value to my life, keep moving. Wave and keep
Absolutely.
moving. Don't even say hello.
Absolutely.
You can wave and keep moving if you're not going to add value to my life. Because if you think you're going to come up in my space with the intentions on not adding value, I'm going to peep that real quick, because the New York hood girl going to come out. I'm going to peep that real quick, and I'm going to shut it down. I'm gonna shut it down. So, when we say no new friends, we said it at the beginning. It doesn't really have a lot to do with not making new friends. It's just how you function with the friends you have, and if you want to make new friends, how do you make new friends if you don't have any friends? But for me, like, if I do make a new friend, it's not something that I planned. I didn't have an
Mm,
agenda. It organically happened.
mm.
And if you're supposed to be in my life and vice versa, it's gonna work, because we're gonna put in the work to do it. It's gonna put in the time and the energy and all that stuff.
Mm,
If we feel that it's worth it. But once I peep
mm.
that you ain't in it for the real deal, I'm gonna shut that down.
Absolutely.
And I'll be singing that song, No New Friends. I'm gonna shut it down real quick, because I don't have
Absolutely.
time in my life for the BS. I don't want it. I'm not here for it. And again, like, transitioning, I'm still transitioning. And I just realized, just by saying this, I'm transitioning still from the military into civilian life, but I'm transitioning into being a widower. I'm transitioning into being an empty nester. I'm
Mm.
transitioning into being a single person. I'm transitioning into being maybe somebody else's buffet. I
Mm.
don't,
No.
but it's like there's a lot of transitioning going on in my life, and so I don't have space for BS. I don't.
Oh, nobody
So
has nobody
yeah.
has space for that.
So
Nobody
so
has space for that.
I just want to put this out there for the people that are watching and listening. If you do see me, say hi, speak up, you know.
Like
But
I would
if
say
you here for the BS, you better keep it moving, because I'm not that chick.
I'm gonna say what my friend says. What Gene says. Keep that same energy.
Keep that same energy. That's my favorite
If you
line
didn't
too.
talk to me before, keep that same energy.
I'm
Don't
gonna
talk to
keep
me now.
keep that
Keep that same energy.
same energy.
Yeah, because it's not that I don't want you. It's not that I didn't want you as a friend, but when the opportunity was there, you opted to treat me in another way.
Yes.
So if you believe that the opportunity has arisen,
has arisen
has brought itself to fruition for you to want to be my friend, I would highly suggest you tread lightly before you come into my presence and try to make friends with me. Because you have already shown yourself to be a whole nother way with me. Why would I trust you to be a friend to me? So, no new friends in that aspect. But like for those of y'all out there who are looking to have friends or whatever, looking to be to be sociable or whatever, to have a whole new social life because you went through life without any true friends in your life, look for those who add value. Look for those who genuinely want to see you come up. Look for those who genuinely want to see you succeed. Because when you succeed, they succeed right along with you because they had your back. Even before you made it big. Even if you are famous, rich and famous, or whatever the case may be, and somebody comes into your life and they genuinely just said, you know what, go for you, do you, make your, you got money, make more, go ahead, or whatever the case may be, and they don't have their hand out asking you for nothing, and they don't have they don't have a woe is me story trying to make you feel sorry for them. They just genuinely, and they give you advice on making more money and not ask for anything in return. Keep those friends around. Keep them around.
That's right.
Those are friends.
That's right. Faith said the key thing. If they don't add, if they don't add value to your life, then you need to reevaluate.
Yeah, we talked about it before.
You have to add value to people's lives too. Like, you guys should always be trying to make sure, lift the other person up or people up.
Yes.
Share your ideas, and y'all supposed to help one another. Like me personally, there's no way that I foresee or could have foreseen myself doing this podcast without Faith. No way. I wouldn't. Doing it by myself would have never crossed my mind.
That was the intention. I wanted her to do it by herself.
Y'all didn't know that, but I told Faith about this a while ago, and she wanted me to do it by myself.
Yes.
But no way. No way.
Yeah.
Once we had the conversation, and in my mind, I already pictured all this stuff. It was gonna be me and Faith doing it. It was supposed to be Amber and Diana too, but we're gonna bring them in every now and again. But there was no way that I was gonna do it without her.
Yeah.
And
I thank her for that.
And so again, this for us is very therapeutic.
Very, very.
And all we doing, people, honestly, all Faith and I are doing is talking to each other like we do on a telephone.
Like we do on a regular. Like
we do when we in person. Like this is what we do. And we see each other at least once a year. At least once a year. At least once a year?
Yeah, once a year. If we're lucky, twice. Depending on how the wind blow.
Right.
Depending how the wind blow.
One year we saw each other twice or 3 times.
Something like that. But each time is always a blessing. I like that energy.
Experience.
It's an experience. A blessed experience. That energy that comes from it is something that is very welcoming.
Yeah, you can't buy this.
So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and move over to our segment of no good and no better. I thought you were coming with the high pitch. No good, no better.
But the way I was sitting in a chair, I didn't want it to squeak.
And that's all right. You are forgiven, friend. So no good, no better is just a segment of our podcast where we just talk where I bring up stuff that will bring value to you. I pray it does. And it's just that if you know good for yourself, you will always do better for tomorrow, make yourself a better person for tomorrow. And if you don't know good for yourself, you just ain't no good to you or anybody else in your life. So, hey, how about that? That's one for the books. So my takeaway for today, my no good, no better for today is listen for the person who is clapping the loudest for you. Look for the person who wants nothing more but success for you. Know who they are, even if it is you who is clapping the loudest for yourself. And also in return, clap the loudest for the people in your circle. Be the loudest cheerleader for the person who all they want to do is just succeed in life. Be that cheerleader for that person. Be that motivation for that person, because you don't know when they will bless you later on in life. And yeah, that's my no good, no better. That's my takeaway.
Good. It's all the no goods, no betters are always good. And they always cause me to think a little bit, which is a great thing. And after no good, no better, we always do the quote.
The quote
of the day.
Ding, ding, ding.
And the quote can or cannot have anything to do with the topic that we spoke about. But I think this one is short, very short, but I think it fits right in. And the quote, it's really good. It says, be around people that are good for your soul.
I like that.
Be around people that are good for your soul.
Yeah.
I don't know. That just makes me feel all
warm and tingly inside.
Be around people that are good for your soul. And
like
with that, people, we want to thank you again for rocking with us. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and hit that notification bell so you can get notified whenever an episode comes out. Which one comes out on every Friday, people? Every Friday. And what I want to say this before we end this too, is that you have to go back and watch episode 1 and watch them in order, because if you do not watch the beginning and watch them in order, when we say certain things, you may not get it. And one thing I don't want you guys to miss are the jokes that I be saying, because I'm a comedian. When I be saying certain things, you have to, unless you watch certain episodes, you may not even know what we're talking about. So Absolutely. You want to know what we're talking about all the time. So go and watch episode 1 up to whatever episode we're at now, which is what, Faith? I think 9? Ooh, I don't know. We rocking and rolling.
Rocking and rolling.
But anyway, thank you guys again so much for rocking with us. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. And we will definitely be seeing you next time when we vet on this or that.
We're going to vet this and that.
We're going to vet on this and that. We're going to vet
on a lot of things.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Have a great one.
Bye.